What's going on, you guys? My name is Russell, and you're watching The Bible Man. If you're new to this channel and like the content I make here, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on all notifications for any future updates here on my channel. And if you feel like supporting me in any way, shape, or form, you're welcome to go ahead and do so. Links are in the description box below. There you can support me on Patreon. So this is part 5, in the final part of this series, My Life, My Testimony. In my last video, I left off somewhere in between talking about how much the church has formed me into the person I am, and my experience with Lily and how much I messed up led me to where I am today, where I'm now working at Walmart. So I'm going to go into more detail on what transpired and stuff like that. So while I broke down most of it in my last video and in my video talking about Publix, I won't go into much more detail, but I will say this. Because of all the pain and I caused and the pain I went through losing her, it forced me to realize my mistakes and failures I made and what not to do in the future. I realized that no matter what I do and no matter what I try, she's just not interested in me. So there's no point of knocking on the door that's not meant to be open. I gotta learn to move on from what happened between me and Lily. Yes, I lost her as a friend. Yes, I lost her as a very close friend I enjoyed spending time with. But that's my responsibility. I'm responsible for what happened. And because of the situation, I was forced to pull myself out and remove myself from Publix, and now I work at Walmart. And I'm so grateful God gave me the chance and opportunity to work at Walmart. But through it all, I was able to grow and understand my place in life, and I was able to grow and mature and do an entire study on marriage, relationships, and I was able to get closer to God because of all the pain I went through. In fact, this past couple of weeks alone, past 3 weeks alone, I was able to get more closer to God than I ever been in my entire relationship with Jesus because of this. For me, it hurts more than you know, and losing her wasn't easy. And I feel very much responsible for what happened, and I take full responsibility for what happened. I still love her. I still pray for her. I pray for her friends, her loved ones, her family, what she needs spiritually, what she needs financially, what she needs physically. I pray for the same thing regarding her family, her brothers, her sisters, her loved ones, and her friends, and her coworkers. Because I love her, I pray for these things for her. And I pray for myself, of course, regarding these things. But I love her and I still want to be with her. But I gotta learn to let go of what I was trying to have so God can bless me with the person God does want me to be with in the future. If I keep holding on to something that's never going to happen, God can never bless me with something He wants to happen in my life. God has blessed me so much with so many things and so many awesome people in my life. And it wasn't until recently when I realized all the great and awesome people that's been there from day one since I came to Glorious Group Home, that's been there and been supportive of me and been there for me every step of the way. And never gave up on me and never stopped believing in me and never stopped loving me and never stopped caring for me despite my faults and failures. While some have left me, some chose to stayed with me instead of giving up on me because of my actions. And I got to learn to count those blessings and learn to understand and accept my losses so I can grow and mature to the person I want to be, so God can give me the blessing He does want to give me in the future. Another point I want to make before I end this series is, yes, I have a lot to work on, a lot to mature on, and a lot to grow in certain areas of my life. For instance, I still have the mindset of a kid. And that's partly responsible for how I was raised and how I grew up. I didn't have parental figures. I had staff who would beat me. I had staff that were irresponsible. I had staff that would bring their firearms to work. I had staff that didn't care about me, and I had staff that would encourage violence and fighting. And I never had the best parental figure that would encourage me to live a certain way, or to talk a certain way, or to handle my emotions or problems or issues a certain way in my entire life, for that matter. So the things I'm learning them now and now that I'm 28 years old. Stuff that I didn't know when I was a kid, stuff I'd never experienced when I was a kid, I'm experiencing now. Like heartbreak. Which means, yes, I'd never been in a serious relationship where I actually experienced what it means to lose somebody you truly love or fallen in love with out your life until I turned 28. And when I actually experienced it, it was too much for me to handle. So I had to take myself out of a situation so I don't hurt the person more. I never was taught how to control my emotions when it comes to heartbreak or loss. And because of that situation, I didn't approach the situation with caution, or even worry for that matter, about what the consequences may be. I was throwing caution to the wind and relying solely on my feelings and what I felt was right. And I forgot the main principle that was taught in the book of Psalms. Do not trust on your own understanding, but rely fully on the understanding of your Lord, your God you serve. And now that I look back, I should have done that to begin with. I should have trusted God instead of trusting my heart, because my heart can be deceitful. My feelings can be deceitful. And I should have asked for more people's help and more people's advice on the situation, but I didn't. I had my entire church on my phone and my contact list, but I didn't bother to ask them because I was scared of the truth. My first day at Walmart starts tomorrow at 10 a.m. at orientation. And I'm a little bit excited. It's a new chapter in my life. I worked for Publix for 6 years. It's a great company. The only reason I left is because I had that issue. I want to get in a relationship. I want to be with somebody who loves me the same way I'm willing to love them. I want to get married and have kids. If you've been watching my videos for a second, you know what my point of view on marriage is. I want to experience one of the greatest gifts in life, marriage. And I feel like I can handle it. I've been through so much in my life, and I'm still growing. I'm still experiencing life. I'm still maturing. The fact that I never been in a serious committed relationship also means I'm saving myself for marriage, for that special person I want to be with one day, which also means, no, I never kissed a girl. That is dumb, yes, but that's the reality of how I grew up. If you watch my series from part 1 to part 5. The point I'm making is, through everything I've been through in life, it got me to a certain point and to a certain mindset that allowed me to grow and mature a certain way. And I feel like what happened between me and Lily is just another stage to help me grow and mature and realize my faults and failures, to make sure I never make a mistake like that ever again. I lost her, and I don't want to lose anyone else as awesome as she was. And I hope I never do that to myself ever again. My life is continuing to move on. Tonight I'm going to church to have a Bible study with a youth group. Wednesday I helped out at Redland Christian Academy to help out with the chapel. I am moving on with my life. I'm growing from everything that's happened in my life. And one day, if God answers my prayer and blesses me with a relationship that leads to marriage, then I will keep growing and keep maturing and keep learning from my mistakes and failures to be a better version of myself every day through Christ Jesus. And that's about it for this series, man. My name is Russell. I hope you guys enjoyed this short series, and I really hope you got a better understanding on how I grew up and how I was raised and why I'm in the situation I am today. My name is Russell, and you're watching The Bible Man.